When their small aircraft went down last autumn, Daniel and his wife Mara said little publicly. Only now, months later, are they finally sharing their story, one filled with fear, resilience, gratitude, and a renewed sense of purpose. A sudden emergency. Daniel, an experienced hobby pilot, had taken Mara and their young daughter on what was supposed to be a quick evening flight. They were only minutes in the air when the aircraft began to behave unpredictably. I could feel something wasn't right almost immediately, Daniel later recalled. The instruments didn't match what I was feeling through the controls. With the engine sputtering and the plane losing altitude, Daniel made the decision to bring the aircraft down in the safest open area he could spot, a wide field bordering a quiet rural stretch. Any emergency landing is frightening, a local official noted after the incident. Pilots train for these moments, but no one ever expects to face them. Miraculously, everyone on board walked away without serious injury. Their first words after the incident. For a long time, Daniel and Mara chose silence, focusing instead on healing and spending time with family. Recently, they released a short statement expressing gratitude. We're incredibly thankful for the protection we experienced that night. The concern and kindness from our community have meant more to us than words can express. The moments that changed everything. What Daniel and Mara describe now is a series of moments that felt almost unreal. The shaking aircraft, the low hum of the engine faltering, the weight of responsibility as Daniel scanned for a landing spot, Mara holding her child tightly, whispering quiet prayers. The final descent and the sudden silence once the plane came to rest. Those seconds felt like hours, Mara said. I thought about our family, our life together, and whether we would make it out. But even in the fear, I felt this strange calm, like we weren't facing it alone. Daniel's perspective as a pilot. Daniel devoted years to learning aircraft systems, weather patterns, and emergency procedures. None of that training could erase the shock of the moment, but it did give him clarity under pressure. You don't realize how much you rely on your training until everything goes wrong. You stay focused because you have to. He emphasized that he never stopped praying during the ordeal. I felt guided, he explained. I just knew I had to keep us safe. Mara's emotional journey. For Mara, the experience brought fear she had never known before. I trusted Daniel completely, but watching the plane struggle, nothing prepares you for that. She remembers her heart pounding, her daughter clinging to her, the sound of the wind shifting as the plane descended. Yet she remembers something else too: peace. It was as if strength I didn't have on my own showed up exactly when I needed it. The recovery. Physically, they recovered quickly. Emotionally, the process took longer. Daniel dealt with the weight of responsibility. Mara faced lingering anxiety each time she heard an aircraft overhead. Both leaned heavily on family and community for support. Talking about the incident became part of their healing. Sharing our story reminded us of how much love surrounded us, Daniel said. Faith through uncertainty. Faith played a central role in the couple's recovery. During the hardest moments, prayer grounded us, Mara reflected. We believed that there was a meaning behind our survival, and that belief kept us steady. Daniel echoed her thoughts. Even when everything felt out of control, we felt watched over. Friends, loved ones, and members of their community rallied around them with encouragement and prayer, reinforcing the couple's sense of gratitude. Looking forward. Although the event changed them forever, Daniel and Mara refused to let fear guide their future. Daniel plans to continue flying, with a deeper respect for preparation, safety, and the fragility of life. Mara is slowly working through her fears, acknowledging every step forward as a victory. We've been through something intense, she said, but we're stronger now. Stronger in our relationship, stronger in our faith, and stronger in our appreciation for every new day. For them, the crash is no longer simply a near tragedy. It is a turning point, a reminder of resilience, a reminder of purpose, a reminder of grace. And as they move into the future together, they carry with them a powerful truth that even in moments of fear and uncertainty, love and faith can steady the wings of a falling world. When their plane crashed in October, John David Duggar and his wife Abbie falsely blamed a double engine failure rather than running out of petrol. Double engine failure was allegedly the cause of the crash that happened on October 29th at about 7 p.m., according to a statement published by the son of Jim Bob Duggar, 32, and his better half, 29, to Celebase on Friday. John David merely ran out of gas. According to a representative of the Humphrey County Sheriff's Department who spoke with the Sun, any type of plane crash or emergency landing is terrifying, but it's precisely for situations like these that pilots undergo extensive training. The pair stated, "We are incredibly grateful for the divine intervention as none of us were hurt during that incident last October." They went on to say, "The kindness and concern shown to us by so many is greatly appreciated." Getting started. A couple of months after the plane disaster, John David Duggar and his wife Abbie are opening up about it. Despite the lack of casualties, John David contacted emergency services due to the substantial damage of the aircraft. According to him, he had to make an emergency landing in a Waverly, Tennessee field when his Piper P-830 jet experienced a twin-engine failure. However, a different account was given by the sheriff's office. They said that an Arkansas family had crashed into a field after running out of gas. According to the Sun, the six-seat jet had only a 5-minute flight before it crashed. According to the local sheriff's department, the collision was confirmed and the 911 dispatcher verified that John David was both the pilot and the caller. The couple's 1-year-old daughter Grace and Abbie, the other passenger, were most likely the other members of the couple's family. According to authorities, something terrifying indeed. An emergency landing or any type of plane disaster is terrifying, but it's precisely for situations like these that pilots undergo extensive training, the duo noted in their statement. Engine not running. According to reports, the 32-year-old reality TV star put the blame for the disaster on a double engine failure. The incident happened on October 29th at approximately 7 p.m. Quick journey. The plane, which could fit 6 people, was reportedly downed after just 5 minutes in the air, according to the Sun. According to reports, the plane belonged to Medicorps, a nonprofit that sends teams of cross-trained rescuers to both foreign and domestic mass casualty situations. Its registration was Medicoppers LLC. There is no connection between the group and the Medicare. Medicorps Director of Business is John David, and its Director of Operations is Nathan Bates, who is best known as the host of the television series Bringing Up Bates. After remaining silent about the horrific plane crash they survived in October, John David Duggar and his wife Abbie have now spoken up in an emotionally raw and profoundly personal confession. Famous for counting on viewers for their unwavering faith and frequent appearances, the pair recently opens up about their terrifying ordeal and how it has changed their life, their religion, and their plans for the future as a couple. The exclusive narrative sheds insight on the terrifying moments of faith, and moments of resilience that define that tragic day. An event that changes your life. The plane crash. Tragically, a veteran pilot named John David Duggar and his wife Abbie were killed in a plane crash in October during a regular flight. The plane was being piloted by John David, who was private pilot training when the accident happened. Both the couple and the aviation community were shocked and horrified by the tragic turn of events that occurred during what was supposed to be a routine flight. The couple's quick survival after the incident, which happened in a rural place, was truly remarkable. John David and Abbie have both thanked God for keeping them alive, saying that they were able to do it by a combination of good fortune, training, and lightning reflexes. They both said that their faith helped them remain calm and focused during the commotion, and that it was the key to their survival. The piloting career of John David Duggar, the couple's survival, and the circumstances surrounding the incident were greatly influenced by John David Duggar's background as a pilot. With his extensive aviation training, he knows all about the ins and outs of flying and the risks involved. The crash was nevertheless a shocking and horrifying event, though despite knowing this. John David describes the events as they unfolded, including his attempts to recover control of the plane when it started acting up in the air. A loss of control caused the crash. Even though he did his utmost to manage and troubleshoot the aircraft, he kept his composure and attempted to land the jet safely during the whole situation. The crash was unavoidable, but thanks to John David's knowledge, it wasn't as bad as it could have been.